Marriage rates are up and divorce rates are down. Did you hear? That is an excellent thing to know that marriages, more people are getting married and less people are getting divorced. So here's a quick sample from Dave Ramsey. If you know me, I love Dave Ramsey, Uncle Dave. I love Dave Ramsey. My husband and I took Financial Peace University when we first got married, and I listen to Dave all the time. So let's listen to this short video with Dave, and then I'm going to read an article from CNN.
52% of the marriages end in divorce. No, they don't. No, they don't. Not when you take out people with 4-year degrees.
I didn't even know it was up to, people were saying it's now up to 52. It's always been 50 to me. So, I'm going to talk through this video so I don't get a copyright strike, because this is Dave Ramsey. Okay, so he's saying, people were saying that 52% of marriages end in divorce. I didn't even know it was up to 52. I could believe it, but I didn't know that.
Not when you take out people who regularly attend a house of worship. Not when you take out people who the parents on neither side were divorced. When you take those statistics out, almost 90% of the people make their marriage work.
So that's interesting, right? That people who attend houses of worship, people whose parents did not get a divorce, those recipients, it helps their marriages to last longer. Sound like data gathering to me, doesn't it?
Oh, and you're older than 22 years old and you didn't have a baby before marriage. You can take these things out. Boom, 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 boom.
So older than 22 years old. I'm against 19, 20, 21-year-old getting married. You don't live your life, finish school, travel. Don't be getting married at 19, 20, 21. Having a baby before you get married. You all know I had a baby before I got married, but I also got married at 35 years old.
Boom. Success rate of marriage goes way up. You make $50,000 a year or more household income. You didn't have a baby before marriage. You didn't get married in high school.
So making $50,000 or more in income, we know in this country so far, money is the number one reason for divorce, right? Because struggling, you're not able to provide for the family, the household is struggling, and so on. That brings stress on the family. That's interesting, right?
School.
Not getting married in high school. Why do y'all need to get married in high school?
All these you take all that crap out, you got about a 90% survival rate of marriages. So that 52% figure includes a whole bunch of other crap going on of people who weren't going to make it anyway. So you can't use 52% of marriages end in divorce, because they really don't. Oh, 52%.
So it kind of goes back to the things I've said, like data gathering, like make sure you are really established in yourself and that you're really prepared and ready for marriage. Okay, so let me read this article from CNN. Hey, cousins, I love you. I miss you guys this weekend. I was under the weather. I'm actually still under the weather. I wasn't going to do a video, but I was like, you know what? Since I didn't do a video all week, let me just try to do this little short video. This is good news, right? And we love good news. It says marriage rates are up and divorce rates are down. New data shows. So this is absolutely good news. CNN, after COVID-19 lockdown, 2022 was a year of marriages, according to new data. The number of marriages took a dive around the start of the pandemic. Numbers show for the past 2 decades, the number of marriages stayed around 7 to 8 per 1,000 people a year. Wow, that's not a lot of marriages. According to new data released by the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention National Center for Health Stats. But in 2020, the marriage rate was down to 5.1 per 1,000 people. The data showed the rate started to climb the next year, and by 2022, the number of marriages had reached 6.2 per capita and over 2 million in a year, according to the report. Growth in marriage rates may be due to more than just scheduling, said Marissa Nelson, a licensed marriage and family therapist in Washington, D.C. Being in lockdown together gave many couples a unique hurdle to overcome, one that made them get intentional about how they approached important things like finances, compromise, and autonomy. Many people walk out of that experience with a better sense of what they need in a life partner. Wow, Nelson said. Divorce rates are down. Intentionally may also be behind declining divorce rates, she added. In 2022, the divorce rates were 2.4 per 1,000 people, although that isn't the lowest it has ever been. In 2021, it was 2.3. It continues downward trend according to the data. By comparison, the rate of divorces in 2000 was 4 per 1,000, which means the current rate is a big decline from 2 decades earlier. U.S. marriage rates returned to pre-pandemic levels in 2022. The rate of divorce and annulments, meanwhile, continued to long-standing downward trend. Annual rate per 1,000 people. This is excellent news. Being stuck in a home together during lockdown forced a lot of couples to face problems in their relationships head on, Nelson said. That might have caused additional strife, or it could have helped them be better groundwork for a stable future. Well, during the pandemic, there were also a lot of couples getting divorced. A lot of couples. As a matter of fact, it was so bad that the insurance companies were telling marriage counselors not to take copay. They were encouraging couples to get counseling. They said, we just want you to get marriage counseling, no copay. They weren't taking copay because so many people were getting a divorce. I wish they would address that. Changes over the past 2 decades may also have helped. Therapy has become more normalized. Roles in marriages have become more flexible, and people are more used to talking openly about how they want their marriages to work, Nelson said. The roles in marriage is important. Another big change recently has been the way people enter marriage. This is good. The way people enter marriage. This is good, said Ian Kerner, a licensed marriage and family therapist and CNN contributor. In my practice over the last decade, I've noticed a gradual shift from the romantic marriage, yes, to the companionate marriage, meaning that people are increasingly choosing spouses at the outset who are more like best friends than passion partners, Kerner said via email. You know I'm against the best friend thing, okay? Because my best friend is a woman, okay? Doing so may lead to problems with attraction, but it also means that people are choosing partners based on quality. Quality, not just emotions, not much feeling and flowers and butterfly, likely to promote long-term stability and satisfaction, he said in a previous CNN article. At its bare minimum, the concept of commitment implies the experience of being bonded with another. At its very best, it means being bonded with someone who is consistent, safe, and secure home base that will be there for you in the face of any adversities, said Dr. Monica O'Neill, Boston psychologist, a recent CNN article. And this is basically what I teach, right? It doesn't mean you're not romantically attractive or you don't have passion towards the man you're going to marry, but that's not enough, right? That is not enough. You need data. You need to have common things. You need to like some of the same things. You need to have the same values. Who's going to be the provider of the family? How do we do household responsibilities? How the care for the so on and so forth. It's not just about romance and sexual attraction, but it's values, it's core values. Is do we have things in common? Are we going the same way? Do we believe the same things? A lot of women marry men who are not provider husbands, and then you want to nag them into being provider. No, you should have made that decision. You should have talked about that before you got married. Or like we say over here, ladies, drop and run if he's not what you want. So I am happy to see this. I wish they could give us a number. If it was at 52%, then maybe it's back to 50. I don't know. I wish they would give us a number, but I am happy to hear that more people are getting married, and less people are getting divorced. So the numbers have decreased, and people are going away from getting married because you're romantically and attractively and sexually attracted. That's not enough. Those things are important. You need to be attracted. You need to find sexually attractive. You need to be romantically attracted. But that's not enough to keep a marriage. The common goals, you need the foundation for your marriage to stand and to last. Because at the end of the day, when all that romantic and all that stuff, at the end of the day, what you're going to have left is your core values. You know, your core values of, we have core values. We believe the same things. We go to church every Sunday. We bring our tithes and offering together. We sit around our dinner table. We eat. We pray as a family. I provide for you. I respect you. I honor you. I adore you. All of those things are important in choosing your mate. I absolutely love you, my darlings. Comment below. Let me know what you think about the article. I absolutely love you. I hope everybody's feeling well. It seems as if a lot of people's being under the weather. I love you. Comment below. Talk to you later. Bye.